When you feel it all slipping away, just let it go. Don't resist, don't cling to it, don't fight it, don't freak out. Just let it go. I have these tattoos behind my ears that I got back in my early 20s, and I sometimes completely forget are there. But one side says hold on, and one side says let go. And I had read something at the time about the balance in life between holding on and fighting for the things that really matter and letting go of everything else. And it's kind of astonishing, actually, both the wisdom that I had even back then and the fact that I'm still having to learn these lessons all of these years later. And the thing is that these pieces of you that you think are so precious and sacred and critical to who you are, they're really not. I read something else recently where the writer asked us to imagine that we've been drinking the same cup of coffee for the last 30 years, and we cannot imagine our mornings and our lives without it. It feels as much a part of us as anything else. That coffee is just a habit. It's not a part of your personality. It doesn't change who you are. And the same is true of your attachment. It's a habit. Give yourself a few weeks without that coffee or without contacting your narcissist, and you will create a new normal for yourself. It'll be like it never existed in the first place. I am the same person inherently that I've always been and that I was before I met him. And I've always known these truths and had this wisdom. And I've got these 20-year-old tattoos to prove it. After 190 days of no contact and over a year since I have last seen my narcissist in person, he's harder to conjure now. I'll never forget his face or his voice, and I couldn't even if I wanted to. But the specifics, how he looked in specific moments, the specific words that he chose, those pieces are more difficult now to bring into focus. And the feelings that I felt in that relationship too, all the chaos and the sadness and the confusion and the agony and the rage. I know that it was there, and I can feel those feelings start to swell up inside of me if I think about it long enough. But the feelings are less potent and less powerful and less accessible to me now. That is healing. That is progress. And there's this sadness that comes along with the observation that he's drifting farther and farther away from me, and one day he'll be gone forever. And that is grief, and that's important too. It's so easy and tempting to throw your hands up and say, God, I'm still thinking about him. Does that mean that I'm not healing? Is it ever gonna stop? I mean, fuck, I'm thinking about him now. That must mean I'm still attached. But healing isn't magic, and it isn't overnight. And it's something that can't always be seen except in retrospect. So look behind you and observe in all the ways that you have kept on living. And when you find yourselves ruminating and doubting that you just can't get him out of your head, don't cling to that. Don't give that any more power than it deserves. He is just a habit, and it's a habit that's going to take a while to kick, but you are still you.